What's fucking poppin', my guy?
We just about to do a beautiful interview. We are recording. Welcome to the podcast, HASSDISCUSSES. You're KRAVN. You got some good tune. You got some good music. You got collaborations with 12 Gauge and fucking Skirt Cobain and a bunch of artists. And what you been up to today, man?
Bro, basically same as every other day. Just fucking locking myself in my room. Fucking been doing a little bit of cover art lately, and basically just I've been recording some features today. Really, not much.
For
not
whom?
Much. Let's say it's over 12. It's a 12 Gauge collab with my buddy Feo. I'm probably gonna have like 6 features on that. It's gonna be fun.
You doing a posse cut?
Not a posse cut, but.
Oh, you mean the project is gonna have 6 features?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. It's I want to say it's like a 20-track tape.
Damn, shit.
Yeah, bro, my boy works. I don't know. 12 be working too. Just listen to some shitty raps. It's pretty fucking fire.
He's in Appalachia. Like, are you in Appalachia, or you just make shit with him?
I'm not. I just realized he was recently, but they're pretty talented dudes too. Like, I've talked to some of them. They're pretty cool. I'm not in Appalachia though, but what he's got going with him is pretty fucking good so far.
Shit, who else is in there? Shit, I swear, yo, I just interviewed another artist in there, but I'll find that shit out. But you know, I really fuck with what they got going on. In 12 Gauge, he's talented. He sampled Strawberry Letter 22 on one of his beats, the Riches and Bitches one.
Yeah.
Do you know that, like, the original song and what movie? There's a movie that's in it. It's the Tarantino movie, Jackie Brown.
Fuck, dude, don't even know. I've only watched like 5 Tarantino movies. I'm not really a huge fan of the older ones, only because when I watched them, I had such a short attention span. Couldn't really appreciate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 12 got the weird ass samples now, especially now that he's like he's really going for some avant-garde shit, so nobody else uses them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's I really fuck with this. Like, I listen to, like, all his beats a lot, but like, he does a lot of shit with Skirt Cobain, and you work with Skirt Cobain. Whose idea was it to sample fucking NWA for that one track?
That was actually Skirt's. So basically, that whole tape he put out, Trap to the Future. His main goal was to basically take his favorite 90s hip hop songs and sample those. And I forgot what's the fucking producer he worked with. I forgot who produced most of that tape. But yeah. As soon as he sent me that open, I was like, "There's no way I'm not hopping on this shit, dude."
Yeah. He said, "Fuck college, I want street knowledge," or some shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I came in with like a disgusting verse that's pretty fucking gross. I recorded that shit and I was like, "What is wrong with me?" type shit.
Yeah, bro, that shit, man, I fucking love that shit. And Skirt, I asked 12, like, who's a really good but underappreciated phonk artist, and he said Skirt Cobain. That's who he said.
Yeah, facts. I wouldn't say underappreciated, but underloved for sure. That dude, like, I don't know any other rapper currently right now that's fucking grinding as hard as he does. He releases like over 15 tapes a year, it seems. It's fucking crazy. They constantly fucking working.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the whole, like, I'm gonna take 6 months to work on something type shit.
Yeah, and then you release it, and it's like, you build people's hopes up for so long, working on a project for 6 fucking months, and then it's like, I don't know. It pales. I don't know. I feel like if you take too long on a project, it raises people's expectations of the project. So
yeah.
When it actually fucking drops, nobody really gives a shit. You know what I mean? That's why I respect, like, people who just, like, let's just grind this shit out, drop it. Doesn't matter when I drop it. Doesn't matter if I announce that I'm dropping it. I'm just gonna drop it so it's out there already. Like, that's respect.
You know, it's weird that, like, you'd think that people that get signed would, like, drop a huge amount, but for some reason they don't. You know what I mean? It's like you get an advance, and then you have to pay that back. So what you're gonna do is not drop music.
Or they'll just, like, drop one or two things a year and then just promote the fuck out of it for the rest of the year, as if like anybody gives a shit at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's why like the real rich rappers are probably the ones that drop the most, like Soulja Boy.
Yeah, like that's what they do. Like they're just like actually playing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like B or some shit. Like motherfucker still uses TuneCore, and he's Lil B. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's inspiring right there. But I like those indie labels though. But like then again, it's so counterproductive to see like ASAP Rocky like fucking drop like once every like couple years. Like it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because it's not bad either. I don't think he's released a bad like tape or album.
Yeah.
But it waits so fucking long. It's like by the time it comes, I don't really care.
Yeah. Like at least like Drake, he's consistent, more consistent than anyone. Like with like the amount of shit that he drops. I don't know. A lot of people don't fuck with this shit, but I really fuck with his like everything he drops and shit like that.
I can't say I'm a big fan of Drake like post 2016.
I think what people should do in this phone shit is they should sample him. I sampled him once, like of acapella. His voice sounds very good pitched down.
Yeah, dude, like low key, I feel like a lot of the people in this game right now need to like start sampling newer shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I feel like everybody kind of has this rule where it's like it has to be 5 to 10 years old for me to sample it, or else I'm too try hard. It's like, dude, fuck that. Like I've sampled the melody of Jumpman before, like No Shame.
Which song was that? What song was that? No Shame.
I didn't actually drop it. I just sampled it for a beat.
Bro, you gotta email me that, yo.
I will. I got you after this, but it's like a definite copyright strike if I ever fucking post it in anywhere. But like, I don't know. I feel like people need to start shamelessly sampling shit like they did in the old days. I forgot. Was it fucking Prophet Posse off one of their tapes? They fucking sampled like Coldplay or some crazy shit like that, and I was just
yeah. Shamelessly, like yes, like I like that shit. Like, fucking man, there was some big. What you say?
Worst case, you get a cease and desist.
Oh, I've gotten one of them, and it's just like it's like not that bad. They'll just be like, you have to remove it or some shit, and then what I ended up doing is I removed it, and then I just started talking with the guy, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna clear it. You're good."
Wow, what a fucking gent, dude. That's amazing.
It was that one vaporwave song, one of the biggest vaporwave songs ever made.
Oh, and the one they fucking did the Simpsons waves edits over and shit like that back in like 2016.
Not Beach Walk, but the other one that goes. It's called Home Resonance or some shit.
Yeah, I never knew the actual name of the song, but
yeah, I'll play it. I might as well play it, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one I'm thinking of.
You'll know what I'm talking about. You probably heard it in like a fucking YouTube outro, but like sampling vaporwave shit is fun because they're like vapor funk shit. Nobody really looks into that. That's a really fucking cool genre and shit. And like what's up?
I feel like funk in general back in like 2015, 2014 and stuff was more like that, and then it just evolved into like fucking cowbell shit.
Yeah, but I would say though is like occasionally you will get some fucking classics. Like even though it's a bit repetitive nowadays, you will get some classics like Adam the Shinobi's 808s and Cowbells too. Mm-hmm. That's like a fucking classic fucking or like Soulze shit. But he doesn't do that cowbell shit. This song.
Yeah, I already know it like for a second. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I got that cleared, and I don't even know, but his name's like Randy Goff, but the person who made his name is like Home or some shit. But yeah, dude, and I think like it's not like fuck, like the worst case scenario, you have to like pay like you either remove it or you just pay a decent amount of money. But if it doesn't get like 1 million streams, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I'd never expect my shit to break 1 million streams too. That's why I'm just like, dude, I'll sample fucking Drake. I don't care. I'll sample whatever I want. Like, dude, honestly, I've been like cutting samples recently, as recent as like 2018 with No Shame, and I plan to use them. Like I like sampling like weird Japanese jazz and shit like that.
Oh yeah, city pop or some shit.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
one of the biggest fucking tracks ever made in like rap now samples a city pop song, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Fuck, some fucking guy fucking hold up. You know what I'm talking about. That sample's Japanese shit. Like
I actually tried to pull that as well.
I have too.
I couldn't even upload it to SoundCloud as a private link without SoundCloud immediately picking up on the fucking sample.
Yeah, I'm never releasing it. I just fucked. I don't know. I don't think I fucked it up. You know, I'll email it to you, but I don't know. It's just like it's not really like worth releasing, in my opinion. It's worth like showing people just for fun.
Feel you.
You know what I mean? Like certain songs are not worth releasing. It's just worth showing people for fun. Like I don't know how much shit you be making, but you might.
Dude, it's hard to make that sample sound bad too. Like you can practically just throw a drum pattern over there blindly, and it will still go hard because the sample is perfection.
Yeah, for sure. Can you give me like an example of a track that you've produced? Because like, is it the tracks that like don't have producers on it, like Lycanthrope?
Yeah.
Is that produced by you?
If you've been looking, if I don't know what you've been using to look at my music, whether it's SoundCloud. Okay, yeah, SoundCloud. So if it doesn't have a producer tag, I produced it. So, I think one of the most recent. Let me see. I'm on SoundCloud right now. I want to say the most recent one I produced was Exile with Feo in it. And then yeah, that's probably one of my best productions I've done so far. I'm definitely not like, I wouldn't consider myself a producer, but I feel like I could totally get away with it.
Yeah, like phonk is like if I can't make like an electronic beat or a cloud rap beat, it's so easy to just go to that one drum kit and make a quick phonk beat.
Literally, I feel like phonk is music for people who don't know how to mix music. So I feel like it's just like the muddiness is part of the aesthetic, so nobody really cares how trash the mix is.
Like there's certain genres that people should not get into because it will really fuck you up. Like drill music. Like the drum patterns are so bad.
I don't understand it. Like I've tried to make it just doesn't make sense.
You know what I'm saying? The fucking garbage ass. That's why like the Donda shit. It was a great album, but Off the Grid, I hate drill drum patterns, man. Like at least on the new Drake album, there was no drill shit. No drill shit. It was all like R&B shit or like trap. No, Drake did some funk shit on his new album. He sampled some Memphis shit on a couple tracks. That's pretty hard. Yeah, not like blatant, not too hard. Like the snare, the percussion was still like mainstream percussion that was boring, but like he still sampled it. Like, and he had Project Pat on the track. I don't think he'd ever go full funk on the shit, but you can tell that he really he likes sampling old shit because he grew up. His dad lived in Memphis his whole life, so he grew up back and forth from Memphis and shit. He has like bars where he's like, my summer home was my uncle was in Memphis type shit. So like he kind of grew up in Memphis as well as Toronto, but so I understand why. Like I mean, if you look at it, one of his biggest songs, Nonstop.
Yeah.
It has what's the thing? My head is spinning, my spit is spinning. You know what I'm saying? That's like a Memphis song, and I think like the thing about mainstream artists when they sample Memphis shit, they fucking ruin it because of the mainstream mixing and the mainstream percussion. They fucking ruin it because there's a certain thing about funk is that it's so amateur and so mixed poorly that it ends up reversing itself into being so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally. Like if your 808s drown everything out, it goes hard for some reason.
Yes.
Like it's what's the fucking song? I forgot. Was Kendrick Lamar. I don't really listen to Kendrick like that, but he released a song recently. I forgot who it's with.
Baby Keem.
I'm pretty uncultured when it comes to like mainstream rap and stuff like that. But no, like the last half of that song was pretty fucking funky too, and I was like, okay, kind of people are starting to capitalize on this a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what people should do, like if they ever, like let's say like I don't know. Like name like a funk artist that would go. Like what if the Suicide? No, I can't use them as an example. Like what if Freddie Dredd like goes like he already is signed, but like let's say someone in the underground goes big and gets signed. What if you like make fake reference? I'm doing this myself with my music group. We're making fake reference tracks to sample in our own shit. So we're sampling ourselves and shit. So I called my friend. I was like, "Yo, say this line like 3 times," and he was like, "Draped up and dripped out. You know what I'm fucking talking about." And I just gave him like a whole fucking stanza of shit to say, and then I ended up like fucking sampling that shit. So then I'm not saying like I'm trying to avoid clearing shit, but I'm saying like, have you ever thought of like ever sampling yourself, or do you think people should maybe do that?
That's actually a thing. So basically, I haven't sampled. I've sampled myself. Fuck, what was the one song? I sampled myself once as an acapella for this song called "Fool" I put out with Pariah about a year ago now. But I haven't done it since. But it's definitely something I want to do more, even if it's not sampling myself, sampling like shit my friends have done, like Skirt or like Feo and shit like that. Like I would definitely want to get my hands on some of their acapellas and shit like that too.
Yeah.
That way it's close to home thing, and then you get to avoid copyright strikes as well. Because like once you get to a certain amount of like a certain status where a lot of people are streaming you all the time, I feel like you kind of have to opt for sampling yourself at a certain point to avoid just like.
I'm scared for Sempra. I'm scared for Sempra. You know what I'm saying? The fucking I Got Banned from Heaven hit 1 million streams, and that samples shit. Fucking. What's to the south to the east to the west? What's to the south to the east to the west? That shit. Girl from Memphis, south east to the west. Some fucking shit like that. I'm scared for that shit. I hope that shit doesn't get taken down. That would piss me off as a fan. You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly that would get taken down too. It's like it's why it gets scary. It's like I don't know. But then again, I'm still shamelessly sampling shit. So like I hope I never pop off so I don't have to deal with that shit.
Pro tip, what'd you say?
I don't want to like delete good songs.
Yeah. Well, I got a pro tip for anybody that's a producer watching. Sample dead people.
Facts, dude. Facts. Or like sample like fucking like 70s soul. Like they're too old to use the internet now if they're still alive, so like you're not gonna get sued.
Yeah, they're in like a fucking nursery. What do they call them?
Nursing home.
Nursing homes. Nursing home. It's the complete antithesis of.
Like, bro, they don't even know it's their music at that point. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like they're fucking like senile. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, yeah, bro, that shit. Oh, man. But now that we're talking about like artists that like, you know, we sample or listen to and shit like that. But, like, I gotta ask, like, what artist has impacted you like the most getting into this shit?
Fuck, dude. To be quite honest, I'm not that super into like other artists of the same genre. I'd say. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Other than like listening to like a lot of like Profit Posse and 3-6 and stuff like that, I like that was like middle school and shit like that. So that kind of got me into just like the southern sounds of like hip hop and shit like that, so to speak. But other than that, just like the whole, basically just how it all popped off. I want to say like around like 2014 through like 2017, it was kind of very prominent in the underground scene, like this sort of sound and shit like that. I wouldn't say have a direct inspiration, but like, yeah, I don't know. I just be doing shit. I just be making sounds into a mic, to be honest.
You grew up in Florida?
Unfortunately, yeah.
So like, I mean, we all know we could attribute to the fame of that area when it comes to rap, but I want to ask, like, what Florida rappers or, you know, producers are you a fan of or do you support?
Shit. See, I don't really connect with that many people here. Like, I don't really know what there is, but like, I did fuck with Raider Clan back in the day. Weren't they based in Miami?
Yes.
And in the area, and other than that, like only really like local rappers. Since I'm in Tampa, I would say Big Baby Scumbag's popping off right now. Like, I wouldn't say he's necessarily an inspiration, but it's definitely somebody I do support. Shit like that.
Word, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I just love. What's up?
to be quite frank, I don't fuck with that many people, so like I don't really know what's really popping in my own state.
I don't know, man. Like, I grew up around the time like like when I started getting into the SoundCloud shit, I was listening to like the new Florida shit, like Ski Mask, Denzel, X, all that new Florida shit, and Kodak
DJ shit.
And you know what that got me to go back to is like go back to the Raider Clan days and shit, and look into that. And then I was like, man, this Raider Clan shit is so much better than that. And like, what's up?
Like my friend showed me X or some shit back in like high school, and I was like, this is cool, I guess. But then once I started using SoundCloud more, I'm like going through like suggested and recommended tracks and shit, and I find stuff like Raider Clan shit and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, this is infinitely harder because it hits just as hard.
Ethel Wolf.
Yeah.
Like Jay Green too. Fucking, oh my god. I could write a video. I could write like a 15-page essay on Jay Green. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love fucking Jay Green's production and his music. And bro, people don't understand. I could argue that he's been doing this shit longer than like Space Ghost Perp, because he's been releasing shit since like 2007, 2008. Codeine Dreams. And he has Gangsta Pat on his first album. It might just be a sample, but come on now. Like, he's been... Even if it's a sample, that's still doing that shit and sampling Gangsta Pat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Space Ghost Perp a lame or he's a fake and he's not like... But I'm saying, like, you know, it's way more deeper than just Perp. I think without him, this shit would have just been like Vaporwave. Would have gone away.
Yeah.
But
I feel like maybe he gets a little more credit than he deserves at the same time.
I think people should attribute a group of people to, you know, that era. But I think they're like, it's so like disconnected from everything that like they don't really put the effort to like analyze. Like, there's only like a couple big mainstream videos or essays online about Perp or Phonk, like, or the Raider Clan era. And it's mostly in contrast with ASAP. Which is kind of saddening, because, like, the whole fucking come-up of, like, this beautiful genre is fucking overshadowed by, like, someone biting from it.
Yeah, that's what... I kind of hate that, too. It's like, can I just enjoy both, in my opinion?
Yeah, but it is annoying when, like, you show someone a fucking funk track and they're like, dude, that sounds like an A$AP Rocky song. That sounds like a Suicide Boys song.
That's fucking true too. God damn it, I never thought about it like that.
That's my only complaint. Like, I like both people, but like, I only like A$AP Rocky for like his hits from when he just popped off, like fucking Problems. That shit, fucking Problems. Like, and by the way, that track is produced by Drake. I'm shouting out Drake again, but that fucking Problems is produced by Drake. And like shit, like that, like like just like the mainstream singles, because they're just ingrained in my head. You go to the gym and you hear like fucking Problems, or you hear a Goldie and you're like lifting weights or some shit. Like,
what's that? Purple Swag was one of the things that really got me into hip hop too.
Everything is purple. Everything.
So fucking...
I miss like Swag and like all the snapbacks and like Kirko Bangs. Like I got this drink in my cup.
I just miss the Swag era.
I mean, like, look at what I don't know if that's a snapback or not. It's probably like a normal hat, but like,
it's a 5-panel. It's kind of hicky still.
But like, you know what I'm saying though? Like the fucking like what was that? There's a song by Ty, like snapbacks and tattoos, and that's why every now and then like I make like a sort of like Tyga type beat, because it reminds me of like, you know, like the like just the claps that he would use, and it would go clap, 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 clap. That fucking bullshit, because it just would remind me of like Rack City bitch, Rack City bitch.
Like the perfect amount of ignorant to like fucking rekindle your nostalgia and shit like that.
Yes, like that's why I do that type of shit, because sometimes I make beats just to feel like what I felt when I from what I got inspired to make that beat from, because like and like Weeknd shit. Like I sample the Weeknd for my Cloud Rap beats because his voice is very easy to sample because he has a very good voice, and like that shit. Like there's just some fucking thing about like early Weeknd when he was like fucking homeless and on crack and fucking treating bitches like shit. Like that's the Weeknd I like, is when he was a horrible human being and he like wanted to die.
I feel like it's more raw emotion at that point too. Like I feel like I'm one of those guys. I don't hate on artists that make it big and release new stuff. I still listen to their shit and thoroughly enjoy it and stuff like that. But I always appreciate like their come up more because I feel like the emotions are more gritty and raw. They don't have a record label that they have to like cater to or like watch what they say around and shit like that. It's just like darker. I don't know.
Like when music's like unpolished, it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that's why like all of the Suicide Boys' best music is all on the Kill Yourself projects.
Yeah, like anything 2015 and prior.
Like the Clinton saga, Kill Yourself 13, the Atlantis one, and then the whatever one had Lamar Avenue on it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like all of them, that's where you'll find his best shit is the Peso song. And that's another thing about sampling is Suicide Boys are really unapologetic.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Like, what is it? I think they may have just got Antarctica cleared. I saw
the
other day. That Dead Mouse sample and shit like that. Yeah, they're super fucking unapologetic. Like, I guarantee
you, like, fucking all of... I guarantee you, like, 95% of this shit is not cleared. Like, even though they're on the Orchard, even though they're signed to Virgin Mobile, like, that's like a bit... Not Virgin, but Virgin Entertainment. Like, the big ass... One of the big 10 label things. Even though they're independent and they have their G59 thing, I still think that, like, probably 90% of them shits are still not cleared.
Oh yeah, 100%. Nobody's just picked up on it yet or cares to at this point, I feel like. But the thing I like about their older shit is that you could totally tell, they probably just recorded this in their fucking bedroom after smoking and chilling and hanging out and shit like that. I feel like it's more real than going to like a whole studio and shit, just releasing something every 2 years and stuff. Like that's why I said I appreciate people's come up and shit like that, because they're actually grinding. And
like you can hear like the certain like gross beat presets they use. You know what I mean? Like when they have the pitch shifter, you know how it clicks a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell like that shit. I could do that if I really wanted to.
Also, like if you're like, I don't know, I do a lot of YouTube digging for samples and shit like that. But if you just do constant digging for like an hour or two, you'll come across like 10 to 20 songs they've sampled already and shit like that. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, like I try and stray away from Looperman.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of that shit's already been used. Like I found like free like shits, like royalty free shits. But try and find like websites that look like they were made like in the mid-aughts, like mid 2000s. Like that's where you'll find some like obscure like shit that like probably was like, I don't know, man. Like I fucking sampled like nursery rhyme melodies that I found in some shit.
Evil too.
Yeah, dude. Like like just some weird. You'll find some good shit, but like at the newer websites, like let's get this Unison MIDI chord pack. If I had this when I was 20, I'd be a billionaire right now. You ever seen this fucking garbage ads? Like, why the fuck would you pay for someone to already make melodies for you?
Dude, fuck out of here with that shit. Or like, get these royalty-free samples if you fucking download this thing.
And then pay fucking $15 a month.
It's like, dude, everything is literally right in front of you. You just have to take the time to learn how to fucking cut that shit and put it onto your
and like pitch it down and just reverse it. Just make that shit unrecognizable. The more you make it unrecognizable, the more good it's gonna sound.
Yeah, dude. Honestly. Plus, if you like find the key for it and everything after pitching it down, you're set.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what example I could use. Like, probably the biggest song I've sampled. Headlines. That's a song I've sampled. You just gotta do shit right. So like, don't sample the dun 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 dun. Sample the outro synth melody. And I made like a club song to that, like some like electronic shit to that, and I sampled Peso as well with the bell melody in the beginning. So like, but I pitched everything down. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying like motherfuckers gotta get crafty, and it's not like getting the first 2 seconds and looping it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even as far as like, dude, fucking reverse like a bar of the sample and just fucking chop it in. I don't know, just weird shit that like algorithms won't pick up on, but still it sounds like close enough to the original sample. Or like you said, don't sample the first like fucking 50 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
Because everybody's gonna know what it is. One, and two, algorithms are more likely to pick up on that shit as well.
Also, obscure genres. Like a lot of like house music is like underappreciated and shit when it comes to like people sampling it. Like I think there's some really gems out there, like I don't know, like industrial shit, noise music. I don't know if people fuck with noise that much, but I fuck with it. Like Merzbow shit. Like I don't know, man. There's just so much shit. But everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna do some soul samples. Yeah, like Kanye.
Like, dude, everybody does soul samples. Doesn't matter what genre. Anymore.
I could make a soul sample beat with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? Just like doom, 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 boom, boom, boom. Like fuck.
Literally, and then just like right at the end of the cut, just have like a guy coming in with like the first start of his verse, and then it cuts off into the, it just loops over again.
Yeah.
You have a fucking Kanye song at your fingertips already.
Yeah. That's why I like his like techno shit. Like that's why Yeezus is his best album, because it's like it's fucking weird. Like songs he raps on a beat with no snares.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what? Like
that's why people are quick to say it's like his shit's. People are quick to say his shit's whack too, because they're just like, it's just something they haven't heard before. It's like, oh, he's rapping on this. This is lame. It's like, yeah, but who else do you know that does that? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like that shit, man. That shit's a good fucking project right there. That shit. Let me see what other songs. Send It Up is good. He samples that fucking Jamaican guy on the
Sister Nancy.
I don't know.
Like,
that's on Life of Pablo, but that shit's good too. Yeah. But Life of Pablo is like really. I think Life of Pablo and Yeezus and Graduation are my top 3 Kanye projects.
Mainly just like nostalgia too. Like I remember just hanging out with my friends from high school and just like smoking pot and listening to Life of Pablo and shit. It was chill as fuck.
Yeah, and 30 Hours is one of the best beats ever made.
30 hours, yeah, dude. Fuck.
Like that shit.
That on a night drive hits different.
Yes.
It's different.
Yes. Or like Real Friends.
Yeah.
How many of us? How many jealous? Pay my cousin $150,000 just to get the computer phone. Like that shit. Man. But I gotta ask some like corny question right now.
Yeah.
Is your name a reference to the Spider-Man villain?
Yeah, dude. Thank you. You're like the first person that's actually picked up on it, and you're actually one of the first people that said my name right as well. A lot of people think it's like a lot of people
Russian.
think they either think I'm Russian or they think the V in my name is supposed to be a U, so it's like Kron. And I'm just like, no,
what?
Dude, it's just
fuck out of here.
It's literally just the Spider-Man villain with the E taken out. I actually came up with it because of the Spider-Man villain.
You read comics?
Yeah, I read comics.
You have a collection?
It's not currently at this house. It's at my old house that I moved out of. It's my dad's old place and stuff like that. But yeah, I got a huge comic collection and shit. We actually just ordered a fucking first generation Marvel versus Capcom fucking like arcade game there. The fucking skeleton for it. So that's gonna be fucking fun.
Where do you live now? What's your address?
Oh shit, let me drop it. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you for picking up on that, by the way. Because I remember fucking in high school, I was like, dude, if I ever fucking make music, this is gonna be my fucking name.
But do people think you look like him or no?
Nah, people think I look more like a fucking like the guy that buys the fucking lotto tickets and scratches them off at the front of the counter while you're just trying to put $20 on pump 3. That's what people say I look like.
You look like
The gas station. Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Are you a fan of little Jeff Gordon?
I actually haven't listened to his music. I just always put something out with Psycho Rich today. I didn't really give it a listen yet, but I definitely know who he is. My group chat be telling me I look like fucking Jeff Gordon Jr., Jeff Gordon Sr. every day, so.
That's just funny.
It's the mustache, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, he'll just like randomly text me like when I used to text him a lot when we were about to plan an interview, but never pulled through. But he was like, "Keep on racing" or some shit. Like, yeah. He'll be like he'll like end a conversation with like, "Keep on racing, man." But he'll send like a picture of like the Wikipedia picture of Jeff Gordon. Or one time I was texting him, I was like, "What you up to today, bro?" And he sent like a Google image of like Jeff Gordon going to the gym, and he was like, "Going to the gym."
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's the thing. I thought it was just a name. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, bro. Like off camera, he acts like the same fucking. I mean, yeah, he'll go into like girl relationships that he was in and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll reference that shit, but he'll only be like, he'll lecture me about like the Instagram algorithm or some shit for like an hour, and it's like, I'm not like saying that in a bad way. Like I'm just saying like, yeah. He has a lot of talk about like specifics about like promoting music and shit, and like he knows how to like market his shit, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's done a good job of what he's doing, you know, and the G-Funk shit. Like if I'm listening to G-Funk, I'm listening to like him. Or like fucking G-Funk sounding funk. I will listen to him, Soulze, and Slim Gorilla. And Adam the Shinobi has a lot of good like G-Funk sounding shit. And I don't know who else I could say. Oh, Dom from Sick Records. Shouts out to Sick Records though. I got like are you a fan of Sick Records?
I actually never heard of Sick Records. I don't listen to that much like underground in general, to be honest.
But they're fire because like they'll release their own projects like as on some group shit, but they also have their own they reissue like old releases of like classic albums. Like they reissued Gangsta Pat's Deadly Verses for a cassette.
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, like and they sell it on they're like I think they're like the number one label on Bandcamp or some shit, and they like have like millions of, I don't know about millions, but a lot of copies sold, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And they sent me like a care package of like vinyls and shit and stickers. Like, they got some good shit going on. It's like they're taking a very professional approach to this like funk underground shit, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, and that's something I've noticed too. It's like I respect people that like put more effort into it than kind of just like I'm not one to talk. I'll fucking make a song and drop it same day with no fucking warning. But like, I respect people that like actually fucking take it seriously and kind of just like spend the time and energy to not only promote it, but like fucking make sure their fans hear it and shit like that, or listeners hear it and stuff like that.
What people don't talk about when it comes to this funk shit or underground shit is how nice people are. You know what I'm saying? Like people like everybody's pretty nice and accepting of like when you get into this shit. Like, I mean, like, Trip Jones was nice to me when I interviewed him. Like, he's, like, a low-key kind of, like, an underground veteran. Like, he's been doing this shit, like, you know, more than half a decade. Like, Trip Jones is fucking out. Like, he's, like, a collab project with Space Ghost Perp. Like, he's fucking huge. But, like, and Sempra, man, like, a lot of the bigger people, they're really approachable. Like, if you want to talk with them, like, if you're a fan, just fucking DM or collab or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll tell people all the time. They're like, "Oh man, I want to get a collab from this guy. I want to collab with this guy." I'm like, dude, odds are they're fucking down to earth as shit, and like, they're willing to talk to you and work it out with you and shit like that. Like, I don't think I've met. Then again, I don't talk to that many people in the scene, but like, everybody I have met and talked to regularly, it's like one of the coolest human beings I've met too.
Yeah, like Freddie really Dredd was nice. You know what I'm saying? I DM'd him, and he's like fucking like. Cause you know he still has that where like even though he's like on fucking Sony or Columbo or whatever, he's still in the underground.
He's like RCA or some shit.
Yeah, like you still respond to DMs. Like I interviewed Trip, like Trip Jones, and he like responded about like how I interviewed Trip, and like shit like that. So like, and he'll be like, "Yo, I like the Soul," and like you know what I'm saying, like motherfuckers like that are really like cemented have that one hit that's on Wikipedia or some bullshit. Like they're really like accessible and shit like that. And same with Mr. Cisco's a very nice human being. Like he's probably one of the nicest person, but he's also been the longest. He's probably been in the game. He's probably someone that I've interviewed that's been doing this shit the longest because he's been doing shit since like 2008, 2009. Nah, Lil Wolfie Wolf's been doing this longer than him. I don't know though, but Lil Wolfie Wolf's been doing this shit for a while. What's up?
Fucking veterans, bro.
Yeah, I love Schema, bro. I love Schema. I got a lot of like. There's always some like controversy with them, but they're always fucking going and they're always dropping. They're always together, and I fucking Wolfie Wolf, man. His music is just so like listenable. Like, have you listened to like a lot of like Wolfie Wolf shit?
Just a little bit. I don't really, to be quite frank, I don't fuck with much underground unless it's shit like my friends are making and shit like that. But like,
I understand that.
I just feel like it's a these days and age, like if they're not an OG, I probably don't listen to them because it's like it's such a saturated genre. I feel like nowadays, like everybody's just, especially because of like TikTok, bro. Like TikTok's making like pseudo funk blow up and shit like that. So I feel like everybody.
The sad like, villain melody, the dun 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 dun
yeah,
dun dun dun
like
dun 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 dun.
They can make, and they just make fucking some like sort of like hard style techno remix of funk. I don't know.
I want to play one right now. You'll know.
Okay,
you'll know what I'm talking about. My fucking god! But fucking Snoop Dogg ad. But when you play, you'll know what I'm talking about. The fucking it's like a play a funk song or some shit on TikTok that blew up or some shit. Here we go.
TikTok.
9, like come on now, like, and it's all like in the it's on the like I like techno funk shit, but
yeah,
it has to be done by like rappers and shit. Like it can't just be the whole beat. Like I've made that shit before. I think the best example of like techno funk shit would be the Conran song Techno Funk.
Yeah.
Because like I've had the pleasure of making music with him on multiple occasions, and he is a fucking demon. You know, he underestimates himself, and he's like his bio on SoundCloud is I can't mix or some shit like vocals or whatever. But it's like your shit's fucking good, man, and your lyrics are really cool.
Everyone's their biggest critic, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Fucking, I swore to myself, I'm like, I know techno funk and all that TikTok shit is popping right now. I'm never gonna make a track like that. But then I fucking did. And I'm not gonna release it or anything, probably.
You have to email that to me, too, man. You fucking...
Yeah, I used the same verse I used on that for another song I'm dropping soon. But, like, it goes hard. I wouldn't technically call it techno. It's more like a European, like, hard style shit like that, mixed with funk. But like, yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the new wave of what's happening right now. I'm kind of not on board with it. Not that I don't appreciate some of it, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like every promoter page is gonna start posting just that.
Yeah, you mean like Memphis and shit and all that shit. Purple Lane is probably my favorite promo page, cause like their shit's always fucking quality. Like Purple Lane, like they'll have like Nemesis on there. They'll have like Sly on there. They'll have like the good shit. Like I still fuck with Memphis 666. They always, that's where I find a lot of my interviewers is like just going to like the latest 15 songs on Memphis 666 or Purple Lane, and I just hit them up. Or what's up?
I fuck with a lot of Memphis 66.6, but at the same time, I feel like the past year or two, it's been like
the same fucking sound.
not only the same fucking sound, but it's like, dude, you have people who are like actually established and know how to make music, and you're not accepting their submissions, but you'll post some like rando with like 70 followers who like releases an ass track, and you'll still repost it. Like I feel like it's a very like selective thing. Like if you're not an OG in the underground, they'll just like throw your name into like a hat and fucking draw it out. It's like, I guess I'll post this guy type deal.
Them damn Rooskies. I'm just playing. Them damn Rooskies. Oh man. But I mean, like, what music you got planned that you could speak on?
We'll see here. I'm gonna check my private time. I'm actually releasing a tape for the next. Depends on how my work ethic goes.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 to 3 weeks from now. It's about 70% complete. It's gonna have some Skirt Cobain and 12 gauge on it. It's gonna have some Feo Productions on it. I'm actually collabing with a local rapper called Lil Nuts with a Z. He's gonna be having a feature on that as well. It's probably gonna be like 7-8 tracks or something like that. Other than that, that's all I really have planned, other than those features on that Feo tape that 12 gauge produced and stuff like that. But I'm really starting to like want to move into like more like a jazz fusion with funk kind of thing. You know, I want to make some like playa shit, like shit you can smoke weed to and just like sit down.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man. This shit was a good interview, bro. Do you have anything else you want to speak on before we wrap this up?
Not fucking much, dude. I really appreciated the opportunity. I guess I'll plug the tape. It's gonna be called Burn the Rest. It's probably gonna come out within the next month or so. Definitely before the next month, but that's about it, dude.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on the show. Link in the description to your music, and bye.